Welcome to Lengold English, my friends. Golden stories, fluent future. Today, I have a special story for you. It's not just about art. It's not just about history. It is a lesson about life, about choices, and about never giving up. This is the story of a man who failed at everything. He lost his job, people rejected him, his family worried about him. But he chose to follow his dream. And today, millions of people know his name. This is the story of Vincent van Gogh. But here's what makes this different. You will learn English while you learn about life. Think about it. Right now, as you listen to this story, 3 things are happening. First, you are improving your listening skills. You are hearing natural English at the B1 level. Real sentences, real grammar, real vocabulary. Second, you are learning new words and expressions. Words about art, feelings, work, and life. These are words you can use in everyday conversations. Third, you are getting inspired. Vincent's story will teach you something important about life, about persistence, about following your dreams. So, you see, this is not just entertainment. This is real learning. You are studying English, but you don't feel like you're studying. You're just listening to an amazing story. And the best part? You can listen again and again. Each time you will understand more. Each time you will catch new words. Each time you will improve. So take a deep breath and listen carefully. If you're ready to improve your English and learn a powerful life lesson at the same time, let's begin.
Vincent Wilhelm van Gogh was born on March 30th, 1853. He was born in a small village in the Netherlands. His father was a minister. His mother loved drawing and nature. Vincent was a quiet child. He was not like other children. He didn't play loudly. He didn't laugh much. Instead, he walked alone in the fields. He watched the trees, the sky, and the birds. He felt everything very deeply. But this was not easy for him. Sometimes he was very happy. Sometimes he was very sad. His emotions changed quickly. His family did not understand him. When Vincent was 16 years old, his uncle helped him get a job. He worked for an art company. They sold paintings to rich people. At first, Vincent liked this job. He saw beautiful art every day. He learned about famous artists. Then, the company sent him to London. Vincent was 20 years old. In London, something important happened. Vincent fell in love with a young woman, but she rejected him. She said no. She was already engaged to another man.
This hurt Vincent very much. After that, he changed. He became very religious. He read the Bible for many hours every day. He stopped caring about his job. So the company dismissed him. They said, "You are not motivated. You must leave." Vincent was lost. What could he do now? He tried to become a teacher, but the salary was too low. Then he decided to become a minister like his father. He wanted to help people. He wanted to bring them closer to God. But university studies were too difficult for Vincent. He gave up. He said, "I don't want to study for years. I want to help people now." In 1878, Vincent went to Belgium. He went to the Borinage. This was a coal mining area. The people there were very, very poor. The work was dangerous. Many miners died in accidents. Vincent wanted to help these people. He lived in a small wooden hut. He gave away his clothes. He visited sick miners. He read the Bible to them. But the church authorities did not like this. They thought Vincent was too extreme. They said, "You must stop." And they dismissed him again. Now Vincent was almost 27 years old. He had failed at every job. He had no money. He had no future. His father even talked about sending him to a mental hospital. Vincent felt terrible. He felt lost and alone. What could he do with his life?
Part 2. The Change, 1880 to 1885. Then something changed. Vincent's brother Theo wrote him a letter. Theo said, "Why don't you become an artist? You can draw. You can paint. I will help you. I will send you money every month." This idea excited Vincent. Art could be his way to express his feelings. Art could be his way to show the world what he saw and felt. So, in 1881, Vincent made a decision. He decided to teach himself to draw and paint. He moved back to his parents' home and he started working. Vincent worked every single day. He practiced for many hours. He drew farmers in the fields. He drew their hands rough from hard work. He drew their faces tired but strong. He wanted to show that poor people had dignity. But learning was not easy. Vincent did not have a teacher. He had to learn by himself. He studied books. He looked at other artists' work. He made many, many mistakes. In 1883, Vincent painted dark, sad landscapes. He used browns and grays. These paintings showed his feelings. He was lonely. He was sad. Life was hard. In 1885, Vincent created his first important painting. It was called The Potato Eaters. This painting showed a poor family eating potatoes. They sat around a table. The light from a lamp shone on their tired faces. Their hands were big and rough. Vincent wanted people to understand something. These people worked hard for their food. They deserved respect. But Vincent's family did not like this painting. They said, "It's too dark. It's too ugly." Vincent felt rejected again. His father died suddenly, and the people in his village gossiped about him. They said bad things about him.
So Vincent left. He went to Antwerp, Belgium. He went to art school, but he did not agree with the teachers. They wanted him to draw carefully and slowly, but Vincent wanted to paint with emotion and energy. Then Vincent discovered something important: Japanese art. He saw colorful prints from Japan. These prints were bright and bold. They were simple but beautiful. Vincent loved them. He thought, I must learn from this style. But Vincent was still not happy. He was 32 years old. He had not sold any paintings. People did not understand his work. Should he give up? Should he quit? No, Vincent decided to continue. He said to himself, I must keep painting. I must follow my dream.
Part 3. The Transformation, 1886 to 1889. In February 1886, Vincent moved to Paris. His brother Theo lived there. Theo worked at an art gallery. He knew many young artists. Paris changed Vincent's life completely. In Paris, Vincent met new artists. He met painters like Camille Pissarro, Paul Gauguin, and Henri Toulouse-Lautrec. These artists were experimenting with color and light. They painted in a new way. They were called Impressionists and Post-Impressionists. Vincent learned from them. He learned to use bright colors. Instead of dark browns, he started using yellows, blues, reds, and greens. His paintings became lighter and more colorful. He painted the streets of Paris. He painted flowers, roses, carnations, and sunflowers. He painted many self-portraits. He looked at himself in the mirror and tried to understand who he was. But Paris was also difficult for Vincent. The city was noisy and crowded. Vincent drank too much. He argued with other artists. He was not happy.
He wanted peace. He wanted strong sunlight and bright colors. So, in February 1888, Vincent made another big decision. He moved to the south of France. He went to a town called Arles. And this is where the real transformation happened. When Vincent arrived in Arles, he was amazed. The sunlight was brilliant. The sky was bright blue. The wheat fields were golden yellow. Vincent thought, this is paradise. He rented a small yellow house. He called it the Yellow House. This would be his studio and home. Vincent had a dream. He wanted to create a place where artists could live together, work together, and help each other. Vincent worked with incredible energy. He woke up early every morning. He painted all day. Sometimes he even painted at night. He put candles on his hat so he could see in the darkness. He painted wheat fields, olive trees, and cypress trees.
He painted portraits of local people, the postman, the cafe owner, the farmers, and he painted sunflowers.
Vincent loved sunflowers. He painted them fresh and bright. He painted them wilting and dying. He used thick paint with bold brush strokes. The yellows were vibrant and alive. These sunflower paintings would become some of his most famous works. In just 15 months, Vincent painted over 200 paintings. This was extraordinary, but Vincent was lonely. He wanted his friend, Paul Gauguin, to come to Arles. In October 1888, Gauguin agreed to come. At first, Vincent was very happy. They painted together. They talked about art. But then problems started. Vincent and Gauguin were very different. They argued about art. They argued about money. The tension grew every day. On December 23, 1888, something terrible happened. Vincent had a mental breakdown. In a moment of crisis, he cut off part of his left ear with a razor. Then he collapsed. Gauguin was frightened. He left Arles immediately. The dream of the artists' colony was over. The people of Arles became afraid of Vincent. They said, "He is crazy. He is dangerous." They wanted him to leave. Vincent felt humiliated and rejected once again.
Part 4. The Final Years, 1889 to 1890. After the incident with his ear, Vincent continued to have mental attacks. During these attacks, he could not paint. He could not think clearly. When they passed, he worked frantically. In May 1889, Vincent made a decision. He voluntarily admitted himself to a mental hospital. The hospital was in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, near Arles. The doctors could not identify Vincent's illness. Today, we think he might have had bipolar disorder or epilepsy, but they did not know how to help him. Vincent was given 2 rooms, one for sleeping, one for painting. From his window, he could see the hospital garden and wheat fields beyond the wall. Vincent suffered terribly, but between his attacks, he painted with even more intensity and power. And in June 1889, Vincent created one of his most famous paintings, the Starry Night. This painting shows the night sky with huge swirling stars. A crescent moon glows. A dark cypress tree reaches up like a flame. Below, a peaceful village sleeps under the wild sky.
The Starry Night is not realistic. It shows Vincent's inner vision. It shows his feeling that nature is full of energy and mystery. Today, this painting is one of the most beloved paintings in the world. During his year at the hospital, Vincent produced about 143 paintings. He painted irises, roses, and almond blossoms. He never stopped working. In May 1890, Vincent left the hospital. He moved to Auvers-sur-Oise, a small town near Paris. A doctor named Paul Gaucher took care of him there. Dr. Gaucher understood artists. Vincent immediately started painting again. He painted the village church, wheat fields, and portraits. He painted almost one painting per day. His brushstrokes became more wild and energetic. But Vincent was not happy. He felt guilty. His brother Theo was supporting him financially, but Theo had his own problems. Theo had a wife and baby son. Money was tight. Vincent felt like a burden. He felt like a failure. He was 37 years old. During his whole life, he had sold only one painting. On July 27, 1890, Vincent went out to the wheat fields, but he also carried a gun. He shot himself in the chest. The wound was not immediately fatal. He walked back to his room. The doctor came. Vincent's brother Theo rushed from Paris. Vincent was conscious. The brothers talked together. Vincent said, "The sadness will last forever." On July 29, 1890, Vincent van Gogh died. He was 37 years old.
Part 5. The Lesson and Legacy. Vincent van Gogh believed he was a failure. He thought his life had no meaning, but he was wrong. After Vincent's death, his brother Theo was devastated. 6 months later, Theo also died. He was only 33. But Theo's widow, Jo, did something amazing. She had hundreds of Vincent's paintings. She had thousands of his letters. She decided to show them to the world. Jo organized exhibitions. She published Vincent's letters. Slowly, people began to understand Vincent's genius. Today, Vincent van Gogh is one of the most famous artists in the world. His paintings are displayed in the greatest museums. Millions of people visit them every year. His paintings have been sold for over $100 million, but their real value cannot be measured in money. Vincent's paintings speak to our hearts. The Starry Night, sunflowers, the bedroom. These images are recognized everywhere. So, what can we learn from Vincent's story?
Lesson 1. Success does not always come quickly. Vincent painted seriously for only 10 years. During his life, he sold only one painting. But he never gave up. He kept painting even when nobody believed in him. We must remember, success takes time. You must be patient. You must keep working even when things are hard. Lesson 2. Follow your passion, even if others don't understand. Vincent's family did not understand his art. People in his village thought he was crazy. But Vincent followed his dream anyway. We should learn. Don't let other people's opinions stop you. If you love something, you must follow it. Lesson 3. Failure is not the end. Vincent failed at many jobs. He was dismissed. He was rejected. He struggled with mental illness. But every failure pushed him toward his true calling, art. We must understand. Failure can teach us. It can show us the right path.
You should not be afraid of failure.
Lesson 4. Your work might matter more than you think. Vincent died believing his life was meaningless. But today, his paintings inspire millions of people. His art has changed how we see the world. We should remember, you might not see the results of your work immediately, but your work can matter. It can make a difference. Lesson 5. Beauty can come from pain. Vincent painted his pain. He painted his loneliness, his sadness, his struggles. But he transformed this pain into beauty. We must learn. Difficult experiences can make us stronger. They can help us create something meaningful. Pain does not have to destroy us.
Vincent van Gogh wrote in one of his letters, "What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything?" He also wrote, "If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced." These words show us Vincent's spirit. Even when life was hard, even when people rejected him, even when he felt like a failure, he kept going. Today, we can see that his life was not meaningless. His sadness did last forever, but so did his beauty. His paintings still touch our hearts. His story still inspires us. Vincent van Gogh teaches us that we should never give up on our dreams. We must follow our passion. We can create beauty even in difficult times.
And most importantly, we must believe in ourselves, even when nobody else does. Because you never know what your work might become. You never know who it might inspire. You never know how far your dreams can take you. Just like Vincent, who painted sunflowers in a small yellow house in the south of France, never knowing that one day millions of people would stand in front of his paintings and feel deeply moved. The sadness lasted forever. But so did the beauty. And that is the lesson we must remember.
Thank you for listening to this story on Lengold English. I hope you learned something important about life today. I hope Vincent's story inspired you to follow your dreams, no matter how difficult life becomes. But more than that, I hope you noticed how much your English improved while listening to this story. If you want to continue improving your English with more stories like this, here's what you need to do. Like this video right now. This tells YouTube that you want more content like this, and it helps other English learners find these stories too. Subscribe to Lengold English. Every week we bring you new stories at the B1 level. Real stories, inspiring stories, stories that teach you English and teach you about life. Don't miss them. Turn on the notification bell. Click that little bell icon. This way, you'll know immediately when we post a new story. You won't miss any lessons. Comment below. Tell me, what new words did you learn today? See you soon.